Hi everyone, welcome to my beautiful mess. I am Mary, and today I'm going to be showing you my vision board, my fitness vision board for 2020. So, pardon me, you have to excuse me because I'm getting over a cold. That was super fun to be sick on Christmas. So I've never done a vision board before. Honestly, like I was so worried about doing it perfectly and making it pretty that I just never wanted to do it. So this year I'm gonna do it. It's probably not gonna be very beautiful. It's gonna be functional. It's gonna be about inspiring me. So I encourage you, if you've been hesitant to do one because you want to show it on Instagram, or you want to show it off and it's not going to look very pretty. This is really for you. This is not, I mean, it's great if it inspires somebody else, but this really needs to be for you and what will inspire you. And you can just kind of forget about it being pretty. It's about what's going to get you off your butt and what's going to get you focused. So here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to keep a pen. I'm going to have some washi tape. I'm going to have kind of like this rolling sticker glue kind of thing. I'm using some scissors. I'm going to be using a number of sticker books, I think. I'll probably also throw in some wellness ones as well. I'm going to be using some really cute little printable stickers that I got on like Etsy, and they're all kind of like workout related and that kind of stuff, so I might use some of those. And because I love, if you haven't seen this book, it's super cute. It's like Life is a Party, but they have like the cutest little bubble stickers. So I think I might tap into that as well because it makes me happy. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so the first thing I kind of did, and it's up to you if you want to do this, but one of the first things I did was I actually went and printed out some photos of myself, some photos that bring me back to a time where I was healthy and fit and thin. So just a quick little backstory when I show this to you. I used to be 300 pounds, and then I lost a bunch of weight. I lost like 183 pounds, and I kept it off for about 8 years using Weight Watchers. And I just kind of diet and exercised. I kept it off. And then as I got married, I just started putting weight back on, and I had 4 pregnancies, and the weight just kept piling on. It just kept piling on, and I just was kind of really discouraged where to start, and so it just got worse and worse. So I'm almost back to this weight, almost back to where I had originally started years and years ago. So what I did is I actually did my old before and after. So this was me at the age of 23, and I was 330 pounds. And then this is me about, I don't know, maybe 10 years later, or yeah, it would have been about 9 or 10 years later. And I had lost the weight. I was down to like a size 8, and I was not too skinny. I felt very comfortable. And that's what I think fitness should be about. It shouldn't be about being skinny. It should be about being healthy. And, I was still like, 140, about 140 pounds at a size 8. And which isn't like super, super skinny, but I was happy. So what I'm doing is I'm reminding myself with this picture that I did it once and I can do it again. So I'm definitely going to put that somewhere around here. I'm going to go ahead and under my inspiration, this says inspiration here. That is my inspiration. I did it once. I can do it again. It's all about determination. And on this, my focus word, I went ahead and wrote on discipline, because that's really what it comes down to, is about me being disciplined. I know how to lose weight. it's really about just not eating crap food and not, sitting on the sofa every night. So the other thing I did is I kind of found some other things that kind of inspired me. This is me again when I was kind of thinner, and it made me very happy to. I was very happy that evening, and I felt confident in my body. I felt beautiful. So I'm going to just remind myself of how I felt, how I used to feel when I was thin. And yeah, okay, it was hard to eat right and eat clean, but look how amazing I felt. Like I loved being in my own skin. So I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to use this picture. I certainly don't have to. I think I will. I think I'm just going to do that, and I'll just cut my shoulders off here. Because again, it just reminds me of a time when I was happy and I enjoyed how I felt. And I think it's important for me to see that every day. So I'm just going to kind of paste that on. I might end up covering up myself a little bit. That's okay. And I'm just going to stick that on, and I'm just going to cut off the excess here. Okay, so that's my inspiration. Let's see here. Where's the sticker book that I was going to use? I put it off to the side. So there's a couple of things that I'm going to add to this as well. And I'm probably going to actually spell out, I'm going to use the alphabet sticker book and actually spell it out. I just put like a little sticky note there as a reminder to the word that I chose. I've got like a cute little sticker of like some figs and some like granola and some yogurt. So I'm going to cut that out. And just as a reminder to eat healthy, that I'm going to be making healthy choices. So I'm just going to kind of put that, I'm going to put that right here. It doesn't have to be straight. It doesn't have to look like anything. I know I like missed that border. Don't even care. I have another one here that says stay fresh. So I'm actually going to, I'm actually going to cut that out as well. Because ultimately that's what eating healthy really is. Like I know like people are big on keto and all that kind of stuff, but I can tell you after losing 183 pounds and keeping it off for 8 years, you can have things in moderation. You can have carbs, you can have those kinds of things, but ultimately it's about you learning how to enjoy things in moderation. I never deprived myself. I wouldn't have been able to keep it off for 8 years if I had done that. If I had not allowed myself to have things from time to time. That just doesn't work. That's why people gain weight back. But I did try to give myself little treats here and there. And so I'm just going to put a reminder to myself that I'm just going to eat clean. We're going to eat lots of fruits and vegetables in lieu of junk food. We're just not going to do that. We're going to cut that out because I've been really bad about that. And let's see, I've got a couple of other things that I'm going to put of like food, and they're just visual reminders to me to eat right. So again, this does not have to look pretty, y'all. And you know, you can find stuff on the internet if you want and print it out. There's an app, and I think it's called Fit to Size, that you can get on your phone. You can save the photos on your phone from like a web browser, and then you can actually lay them out on like in that app and print like a bunch of photos on like a letter size piece of photo paper, and then you can just print them out and then cut them out. And I do recommend printing them on photo paper because it looks really, like the colors and everything just look really washed out if you just print it on regular paper. So I do recommend, if you decided to do that, to print out things that like inspire you, you can do them on photo paper. Now, another option for you might be to go ahead and just flip through some fitness magazines or something like that, or like Eating Well, or some of those other magazines. I'm sure you can find lots of inspiration to draw from and things like that if you don't want to go through the hassle of printing stuff out. I already had these printed out, so that's why I'm using them. But again, they're just reminders to me, some visual cues of what that's going to look like. And let's see, next thing I'm going to do. So we've got celebrate imperfections and then health goals. And you don't have to use this. If you didn't want to do one of these or do it in this order, you can always just cover it up. There's no rules here. So, but I'm going to do a couple of other little things that I think are really important. And I love this one that says, you work out because you love your body, not because you hate it. And which should be true. So I'm also going to give myself a little reminder to hydrate. More H2O, absolutely. And I'm going to put in, this would actually be a very good word too. And I'm actually just kind of getting these from the fitness sticker book. I'm just pulling some of these out that kind of speak to me. But, you can find something else that you like. And I'm just flipping through. I'm just doing things that like I said, I think speak to me. And I just going to remind myself, this is me. This is the real me. Behind all the fat and behind all the unhealthiness, I want to just remind myself who I am. And and I mean, don't you kind of feel that way when you're like very overweight and you kind of feel like you're judged? You just kind of wish that you could just unzip your body, like your fat body, and just kind of like walk out and show the world like who you really are. Like, I don't know if you feel that way. I totally feel that way. I absolutely feel that way. I think everyone's a little different though. And again, this does not have to be pretty. This is just for me. It's not really for anybody else. I'm videoing this because I think there's a lot of people that just don't know where to start when it comes to, when it comes to a vision board. Like I certainly do not. I'm just doing this for the first time, so we'll just kind of see how this turns out. This fitness book, if y'all don't have it, and I've done a quick flip through on my channel, this is actually a very, very beautiful sticker book. I really, really, really love some of the things that are in here, particularly the quotes. I think they're really beautiful. And this, this one really kind of speaks to me. It's a slow process but quitting won't speed it up. And I mean, how many times did I feel that way over the last couple of years where I gave up before I even started. I think a lot of us do that. And so I'm just going to kind of put that there for me. I have to be honest, when it comes to celebrating imperfections, I really, I really don't know what to put there. I really don't. But here's what I'm going to do. I don't have an answer right now as to what this looks like, but I'm going to go ahead and give myself some time to think about those imperfections that I do love. So I'm going to just kind of give me some bullet points here. Health goals, and I'm probably going to write some of this stuff in, but some of my goals are going to look like working out. And for right now, I'm going to be kind of realistic with myself. I'm going to put workout every other day. And when that might not sound like a lot, but you know what? When you haven't worked out in years, that's a pretty big goal. That's a pretty, I put every day. I meant every other day, but you know what? Maybe that's a better, a better goal to have. And maybe I just need to do like 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes a day. So I'm going to keep that because I think that was like a Freudian slip. I think maybe in the back of my mind, that's really what I want, and I'm just afraid to commit to that. So I'm going to actually leave it. I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to try to do that, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes a day. I'm going to, one of the other things I have told myself I'm absolutely going to do is I'm going to get back to wearing my Fitbit every day. Some people don't have a Fitbit. Some people have an Apple Watch. You might want to use whatever appeals to you, but I think keeping track of how many steps you're taking and how much you're moving is very important. I'm going to put a step goal. This is really a big goal for me because right now I have plantar fasciitis and I live in pain every single day with every single step I take. So for me to say I want to try to do 5,000 steps a day, that's a pretty bold goal, given how I feel. But that's what I want to aim for, because the reality is that my feet won't feel better until I get some of the weight off. So, you know, pain now, but long-term goal, right? Like one day I won't be in pain and I won't feel this way and it'll be okay. So, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remind myself to journal my food, and I know there's a lot of people that don't like to track what they eat, and that's why they go for maybe things like paleo or keto and things like that, where you're not necessarily tracking, like really paying close attention to calories like you do with Weight Watchers or something like that. But I found that keeping track of what you're putting in your mouth, and Weight Watchers even refers to LBT, like licks, bites, and tastes. When you start writing down everything that goes into your mouth, you suddenly become very aware of what you're eating, because we tend to do a lot of unconscious eating. We do a lot of snacking. We may not always pay attention. We take sips, we take these bites, and all those calories, they start adding up. They start to that's how you gain weight. I think it was Ben Franklin that said, he was talking about money, but he said, like, beware of small expenses, because little spending can sink a great ship. And it's true. Like, same thing goes for weight loss. Like, every time you like nibble on stuff, all that adds up. And so here's something else that I think kind of appeals to me. So I'm gonna do that right here. No body is perfect. And that's just to remind myself that I'm not going to look perfect no matter how hard I try, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay to have some cellulite, to have some flab. Like, we can't get so hung up on perfectionism. And there's a couple other things I'm going to put in here. As far as goals, no extra snacking. Eat only when I'm hungry. And I'm going to put that in there. Give myself some grace. Celebrate those imperfections, right? I'm doing the best that I can. And that's just, I'm doing my best. Leave the junk food behind. That is another health goal for me. Not to be eating junk. I mean, it's awful. And here's one of my other goals: do more standing. So aside from walking, I want to try to stand a little bit more. Like I said, I have a lot of pain, so that's a pretty bold goal. But I really want to try it. I really want to see if I can manage to incorporate that. And here's the other thing I like to do. I would like to do some cardio. And because I have a foot problem, I'm going to try to do some cycling. That's how I'm going to try to do some cardio. And the other thing I'm going to do is do some strength training. But I kind of have that already, so I'm just going to kind of leave that as it is. And I'm just looking at a couple of these quotes, because some of these quotes are just really, really beautiful. And I really like this one. So I'm going to put that also as a reminder to me. Fix your ponytail and try again. Or you might like, girl, wash your face, right? Stop crying, wash your face. And I'm going to put this one too, because that speaks to me. Okay. And what else here? The other thing I'm going to do is, and I don't know what that is yet, is I'm going to use another one of these stickers here. And I'm going to brainstorm about this. I don't have an answer just yet. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to think of what rewards look like to me. I think it's really important to reward yourself in the process of doing this. I have a really bad habit of using food to reward myself. So I'm going to try, obviously, not to do that. I really want to find a healthy way to do this, to still honor myself and keep my fitness goals, and at the same time give myself an award. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brainstorm 4 different ideas, and I'm going to actually put in my planner when I hope to achieve those goals, or what I'm going to do. But for right now, I'm going to just make a list of 4 rewards. So like maybe one of my rewards is like my first 5 pounds, right? Or maybe another one is like when I lose 5% of my body weight. I'm going to make some milestones, and then I'm going to put 4 non-food rewards. Maybe it's buying a new dress or getting myself some new fitness equipment or something like that. But I'm going to think about how I can reward myself that still keeps me on track towards my goal, but also is not food, because I do that. I celebrate with food, I mourn with food, I grieve with food, and that has to stop. I had overcome that at one point, and now I've kind of reverted back to that. So I need to kind of recalibrate, and I encourage you to do the same. If you have these fitness goals, try to think of something that you can reward yourself along the way, but isn't surrounded with food. So anyway, that's it. That's my vision board. It's not perfect, but it's going to inspire me. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, is what inspires you. So I would love to see what you come up with in the comments below. I encourage you to, if you've posted it on Instagram or Facebook, drop me a link. I would love to see what y'all come up with when y'all do y'all's vision board. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button so that more people can see this. And I would really love it if you took time to subscribe to my channel. I know there's a lot of wonderful planner babes out there that do what I do, but I would love to have you follow along my planning journey. Thanks.